Station comes. It's okay, sure. It's exactly what it looks like. Just it's shaped like a bullet because that's how this works. Hey everybody, I'm Griffin here, and welcome back to Exit the Gungeon. I'm actually going to hop over here to my friend the Marine, and we are going to be playing in Arsenal mode, where weapon drops are on, but we keep our guns. I'm going to double check this real fast. Basically, you don't get the Blessing of Caliber. Hey, look, these refreshed. Hell yeah, heavy bullets. Heavy bullets, so good. It's angry bullets. Can't afford it, but I would like the op. So, we've played the way that I believe the game is intended to be played, which is with the Blessing of Caliber and just random stuff. But I'm going to talk about it more later. I want to try out this mode and see what it's like. See the other potential option and what can potentially come of it. I thought we didn't switch. I think the animation just stays the same. I'm still getting random weapons, and I'm confused by it. Weapon drops are on, so I'm not sure what that means. I mean, I'm gonna take the rat key. You're a jerk. So I can't switch weapons. It feels like charging isn't actually helpful. I'm really not sure at all what's going on, because I'm in Arsenal mode, unless I'm not for some reason. Okay, I believe that's when our combo goes up. We get helpful things. We get a bomb thrown at enemies, which is good, to be sure. Alright, just getting some money. So we can buy the key. So we can free more NPCs. At least see what they are. I do like banana. I see. So if I want to, I can switch off to the elephant gun. Okay, I actually... I'm not gonna say I like it, but it's okay. Sorry, shopkeep. Well, I would take... Okay, and yeah, okay. I would take fat bullets or the crest faller. I don't have the money to afford the things I want to buy from you. The question is, how do items change? Okay, I'm down with this. I guess it's really more of a fallback if you lose combo. As long as her combo's good, though, it feels like... SAA is decent. We haven't bought the buff ammo. I'm annoyed because I should have had that. I just pressed the wrong button to dodge roll. I pressed control, that's why I switched weapons. Or 92 is not enough to get anything that I desire. But we can buy ammo, which I guess refills our gun. Oh, that's right, that's how this one works. I did not even see that. The chicken flew away, I want to point out. I don't know what to do about the chicken, but the chicken flew away. I'm gonna clear everything, I don't see why I shouldn't. Annoyed. Ah, the spiraling got me. Okay. Chaos Amulet is entirely underwhelming, and I don't give two shits about it, so it's just a thing. I'm bad at using my blanks, as you may have noticed. We got quite a bit of money now, which is nice. As we go to fight. Oh, right. So what shenanigans do we have here? I think it's early enough for the coin crown. I think. Magnets. Okay. Is that... I think that's a new one that I bought. I think that's actually... Oh, it's gonna tell us all the things that we bought. Station coins. It's okay, sure. It's exactly what it looks like. Just it's shaped like a bullet because that's how this works. Alright, random blessing boy. Daisuke. Tell you what, you can make a good combo. Come talk to me in the gun and I'll hook you up with something to combo your gear. Starting to see a message. Alright, I have junk temporarily. Goodbye, Meowitzer. I forget what the Whisper Gem does. Like, I knew at one point, and now I have forgotten. Oh. Right. The one that makes me think I'm constantly getting hit. It's good to know that Blasphemy still fires. Even if you don't have full health. I need you to die. Okay, that one saved me, and now I can't bitch about it, and I'm sad. Go away, poison boys. Don't have a particular love for either of those, man. What do you want from me? They're all kind of bad. If you want to sell stuff, get better stuff. I'm annoyed. We're just gonna keep chugging through everything. See what free stuff we get, because the stuff we can buy is pretty bad. This hasn't been a good enough run that I think I could defeat this squid. What was it called? Fuck, I don't even remember what it was called. It was a solid pun. It was the squid, right? It was like the battle squid. God damn. Wow. I mean, clearly I could use it, but it's so not helpful is the problem. Okay, that's what I expected, or how I expected that to work, but... I'm sure that if you're astute, you're noticing a pattern here. That's all I'm gonna say about it at this point. If I don't fight the squid, I think we win this run, but... Doing more blasphemy, huh? Honestly, the hitbox on blasphemy is pretty garbage. Bolt python, electric steel. Oh god, the blunderbuss! Alright. You finally did it. Congratulations, game. I saw that we got RC Rocket. I'm annoyed. Cool, bullet idol. All of the items I've gotten, I think, are pure trash. Like, that is my professional opinion. I think that all of the items I've gotten are hot trash. I don't think I have a good item yet. Like, legit, I don't think I have a good item. I think there are arguments that could be made that have items that aren't bad, but I think I can safely say I don't have any items that are good. Meat bun? That's a healing item. Fuck me. Like me, Rubidyne, we've been over this. No, it's not indecision. The items you're offering me are garbage. What do you want me to do? I don't need HP up. Maybe I should fucking buy the HP ups. Those bullets just vanished. That was very strange. I was trying to fall off the platform and absolutely failed. I'm playing poorly, but I've been playing poorly in a couple different things. So I think it's just this week. Why do I have the bullet? That was such a fast shot! Just fucking kill me. Just fucking kill me. Just do it. Okay, so now that's reasonable. Should I buy health? Yes. Yes, I should. Am I going to buy health? No, because if I die, then I die. I'm not tied to this run. And I'm still hoping to not get garbage. I call BS on that, but okay. I was currently in actively jumping. I have not seen this gun in a long time. Look, I'm gonna try and win. I'm just not buying health. Oh, I'm so dead. Oh, I hit the blank button, and there was no blank to be had. Alright, so we're going to talk about Exit the Gungeon. Beyond the fact that inevitably, and I mean inevitably, the audio for this will be off in some way, and I will adjust it. It's off by like, I don't know, a second, half a second, but it's consistently off. So something about the way this is coded causes weird stuff with OBS. It's happened every time. It's been really weird. It's been easy to correct, but it's been really weird. So let's talk about the game. I feel like there are two big things going on with this game. The first is that it's always going to be compared with Enter the Gungeon, to which it always loses. There is exactly one case in which you can make a reasonable argument that this is better, and that is for the Switch. This game is very clearly made for the Switch. Like, that's all I can think of. This game is on the Switch, right? I'm I'm not crazy. I'm checking this while I'm talking about this. I'm pretty sure this was made for the Switch. Like, I feel like, yeah, it was. Okay. Sorry. It can be gotten on the Switch. I'm pretty sure it was made for the Switch and ported everywhere else that they could. I think that's the only argument you can make, is that it was made better for the Switch. Like, Enter the Gungeon, the original one, might not be great for the Switch. I've never tried it, so I can't actually argue the point. But the real issue here is game mechanics. So, Enter the Gungeon is probably my favorite roguelike that exists. And I do say roguelike and not roguelite. Save for the unlocking of the final boss. And I guess learning the puzzle of the rat. Pretty much, and unlocking of new weapons. It is, in those respects, it is a roguelite, because you gain progression outside of the game. But none of those actually and actively improve your character always. Like, there are definitely really good guns that you can unlock. I wonder if you could curate a list of unlocked guns, like you unlock them and you're almost guaranteed, like you only unlock 1 or 2 guns, so you're like guaranteed to only find those guns and are more likely to get them more often and make the game easier. I wonder if that's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but I don't think anybody actually does that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think anybody actually does that. I guess maybe if you're doing like a speed run, there could be some sort of thing for that. But in the long and short, it's a roguelike because you're pretty much starting everything fresh the entire time. You just have to get better. You can make the same argument. It's like a weird in between roguelike and roguelite. So it's, yeah, whatever. That's for a different discussion. But Enter the Gungeon is probably, well, it is, in my opinion, the best roguelite that you can play. It obviously is more of a bullet hell action game, but it gives you all the tools to combat that. Like, when you are being absolutely screwed, you have blanks. It rewards you for being better at handling those by, not giving you an infinite supply of blanks or putting them on cooldown. Unless, of course, you have the item that does that, which is the Elder Blank, I believe. It's been a while since I played Enter the Gungeon, let me tell you that. It's unfortunate, but it's true. But yes, that, like, overall, it's such a solid game, I can't fault it in very many places. It's been a while since I played, I'm sure I can fault it in some places. There are some room layouts that are kind of garbage. It has some wonky controls sometimes. Some of the bosses are insanely obnoxious. But this game is trying to capture that in a new format, which I give them credit for. This is an interesting and relatively innovative format. It still appears to be going with a more roguelite style. Or sorry, roguelike style. Shit, I've probably been switching those in my phrasing again. It's unimportant. It's doing a little bit less, like, there's not as much progression in game. There's some stuff out of game, like unlocking your weapons, your items, your passive stuff, as well as this whole route thing with your route computer, which is interesting. There's clearly something over here that I haven't unlocked yet. I'm not too worried about it just yet. And there's also the unlocking of NPCs. So there's a good number of things that are going on outside the game as well, but as I said, it's about the same as with Enter the Gungeon. Maybe a little bit more. I feel like there's more unlocks in this game. So what problems do I have with this game? What do I not like about this game? Unfortunately, that list is getting longer, like, by the minute. So let's talk about Blessed Mode. Blessed Mode is, in my opinion, again, my opinion, the developer's intended way to play this game. Seems like it's the intended way to play this game. It is designed to be quick to pick up, quick to play through. I don't necessarily have problems with that because those are the goals. I personally don't enjoy it as much because it's supposed to be a shorter game, but that's not a fault of the game, that is a preference on my part. But where the game does fall flat is this combo system. I get what they were going for. They're kind of going for this arcadey style. Obviously, you're holding the Switch in your hands. You're trying to do this thing with it. And in that regard, it does accomplish its goal. The game plays fast. It's got this style of accessibility and good feel for it. Like, I think it's really well made for the Switch. I think it plays better on PC because I think having the mouse to aim with is always going to be superior to control sticks. But hey, that's me. But the combo system, I don't get it. I know what it says it does, but I don't get it. I want to understand it because I don't feel like it is good. And that's for two reasons. The first one is it seems contradictory. And the second one, well, I guess the first problem is actually that it's not very transparent. So there's three issues. It's not very transparent. The second one being that it seems contradictory. And the third one being it just seems extraneous. So the whole thing with the random guns is that you're getting random guns. The guns are coming entirely random, but the quality of that gun is improved or decreased by the number that your combo is. So obviously the first issue with transparency is that I have no idea how the fuck this works. Like, can I check? Yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Can I check? Is it? No, it doesn't tell me. What? Are these in order? What is the highest tier gun? At what combo do I get the witch pistol? Or can I start getting the witch pistol? Is there, like, the particulator? This was a pretty good gun. It seemed really good. The makeshift cannon is legitimately insane. You only get it for one shot, but god damn does it blow up everything on the stage. The Vulcan cannon, is that what it was? The Vulcan, I'd know it when I saw it. The Vulcan cannon is insane. It just outputs so many bullets. Yeah, it just so many bullets. And then there's the Scrambler, which I don't think I saw it, but the Scrambler just outputs fucking damage. Like, it just goes nuts. Like, it's a boss killer in every sense of the word. Weird, I encountered it, but it didn't. Oh, no, I bought it. I just haven't gotten it. Like, that's pretty nuts to me. Like, there's the Scrambler. Like, I have no idea when I can get this gun. To me, there is a logic there that is missing. Because I want to know when I can get certain guns randomly. Because this combo thing is like one of the central mechanics of the game. It's got a whole area in the screen dedicated for it. Every single time you get hit, which is bad gameplay, it goes back to 0, items notwithstanding. So, like, when you pick up health, when you already are full health, it gives you combo. Like, these things seem very important and, like, very central to what you're trying to do and getting better, because the less you get hit, the more skilled player you are, the better guns you get, the more fun you're gonna have because you're murdering stuff. But we have no idea how that works. I've had 0 combo and gotten guns that I prefer over guns that I get at higher combo. So I don't know if maybe it's like my average combo between gun switches that gives me a gun, and so because I was at a high combo and then I got hit, my average was still reasonable. Like, I have no insight into what that is, and that is frustrating to me as a player. Now, I could go look it up, and I probably will for my own edification. But the point of the matter is, the game shouldn't require you to look things up online. Unless the game is intended to be that way, and they want you to look stuff up online because it's some, like, altered reality game or whatever those are. But this does not strike me as that. Like, it's just withholding information and hoping you don't ask the question, because you're supposed to be playing the game and just being good. But that's where the contradictory part comes in. The combo is a slippery slope. And I don't mean that in, like, some metaphorical thing, like, or fallacious thing. Like, it is a slippery slope. Once you start going down, so assuming it's implemented as they say, because I'm still not sure that it is. If you have a gun combo, and the higher your combo, the better your gun, presumably the lower your combo, the worse your gun. So if that's what you're doing, if you're playing a game where when you get hit, presumably because the level is difficult, because it's hard, you now are going to start getting worse weapons, which are going to make it harder. Which means that if you're doing well, you get better guns, it's easier to do better. If you get hit, you do worse, you get worse guns, it's harder to do well because you have a gun with less DPS output. Like, that's really important. That means that if you get hit a lot, you're going to get hit a lot more because you're going to get, like, dear God, imagine if they actually gave you the pea shooter. Like, whew, like you got hit and you're in the last level. Like, you got hit in the dragon fight and now here's your pea shooter. Good God. That would be brutal, but clearly, because it doesn't work that way, it all falls apart. I even forgot what my third problem with the combo system is. I just actually forgot. I don't have these written down. I'm rambling from mind. But yeah, it's not transparent, and it seems contradictory. And then the third problem, which is probably sensical from what I said, but who knows? I don't remember it. But, I mean, those are the big ones. Those are the big ones. The combo system, it seems really important to the game, and it just doesn't seem to do what it's supposed to do or what it's intended to do. And what it's intended to do, honestly, seems like bad mechanics. So it's just like, you implemented it weirdly, and we don't know how, but even if you implemented it right, it would be bad. So that's my problem with the combo system, and with Blessed mode. Let's talk about Arsenal mode. Arsenal mode is iffy. Now, for those of you who have watched this from the start, and watched me pick up a couple guns and go, ooh, now I have a gun, you'll notice I pulled out the elephant gun like once. I pulled out the... oh, it was a machine gun. I don't remember which one it was. I pulled that out once. And then I got the membrane, which I pulled out once. I think. Maybe I pulled it out twice. This mode was not at all what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be you start with guns and you get gun drops in addition to what you otherwise get, and you can rotate through and get ammo, things like that. That's what I thought I was going to get. Instead, I got Blessed mode with you can also have permanent weapons. The problem is, Blessed mode, the way that the game, I mean, very clearly intended to be played that way. Because the other mode is just an extra on top of the mode that you were already playing. Is that like Arsenal mode? Just all it does is it takes away passive items. Like, I imagine you can't random into the guns that you have in your possession. So like the only incentive, like you would act like buy shitty guns. Like buy shitty guns and then you just random into the not shitty guns always. Like they have infinite ammo, which means you don't have to spend money getting ammo. I never saw an ammo drop outside of the shop. I don't know if I would get them. I don't know if the guns were refilling by themselves after boss fights. I was not paying enough attention to know if that was the case. It seems like it wasn't, but I don't actually have any proof. So it gives you guns that you can switch to and use with a set amount of ammo as much as you want, despite your other gun, your Blessed gun, rotating. But you now have to pay for their ammo. And if you get a gun that you don't want, I guess, I suppose maybe you can never random into it, which is a positive, because the random guns are almost better, because you can just have infinite ammo for them. But hey, but if you get a gun that you don't like, that's a passive item that could have been really good that you no longer have. Which is unfortunate, because as I said, the combo mode, or the combo and how the Blessed gun works, is not really transparent at all. At all. So, big shrug, I guess. Like, if it was more transparent, maybe you could make better plays, more informed plays, and I would enjoy it more. But it really just doesn't seem like the two ideas are very cohesive or well executed. That's my biggest problem with this game, is that the intended mode seems to be really crappy. And I hate that because, like, core mechanics need to be solid. Like, they need to be solid. So, yeah, it's disappointing that they're not. The flip side to all this, of course, is that if it were executed incredibly well, as I kind of was saying earlier, you could make informed decisions. Now, I don't know, like, it still seems like a bad idea. Like, you have to make sure that as you go up, the guns are getting better. And the thing is, everybody has preferences for guns. Like, I really like the Scrambler. I like the Void Tentacle. I like the AK. There are some guns that are ostensibly good that I'm not terribly fond of, perhaps. I'm not going to tier list everything, because I don't think that's what we're here for. But so even if you execute it well, you basically have to have people rank their guns from, like, least favorite to favorite, or, like, most effective to least effective, and then order them like that, but then everybody just lies and says, oh man, I want shitty weapons at the bottom. I don't know. I don't think there's a good way to do it. I just don't. I think having equally powerful guns that you random through is about the best that you can do, but that doesn't reward good gameplay, so maybe you just can't do it. Maybe it's just not possible. Maybe the idea that they're going for here just is not attainable in a way that is mechanically sound. It's valiant that they tried, but I'd be very curious to pick the developers' brains about exactly what they wanted out of the system and whether or not they think they succeeded. It seems pretty clear from the way I'm talking so far that I don't think they succeeded. It was a valiant effort, but I think there are a lot of problems with it. I think perhaps the lack of transparency might be to hide the fact that it wasn't working. I'm not going to go so far as to accuse them of purposely hiding mechanics in their game because they think they're bad. Just that it's convenient that we don't know. Yeah, the other thing that I'm not going to like about this game, I guess it's another core thing, and that's that this is not a top-down shooter, this is a side-on shooter, and there is platforming in it. Because the number one thing I hated about this game is that you cannot shoot while you are jumping. You cannot do it. Now, do I think it's reasonable that you cannot jump, or cannot shoot while jumping? Yes, I actually think it very much is reasonable. Because the idea is that you are invincible while you are jumping, therefore you are not shooting, similar to when you were dodge rolling in the original. But this, again, is a fundamental change to how the game was designed, and therefore it may or may not be avoidable, because doing this top-down is not really possible. You just remade Enter the Gungeon. Except you're now always in random mode. So they needed to switch something up, so they moved to this platforming thing. Now, I will say, I like the routes mechanic. I like that each character goes through different things, and then after you beat it, you can go through it with the other characters. Like, that's a really solid mechanic. That's cool. It means that every character kind of has their own unique feel when you first start playing them, and then once you've played them to the point where you've beaten those routes, you can do stuff with other characters. Like, it opens up the freedom to do what you want, when you want, how you want, all that stuff. I think that's great. I think that was well executed. I think that was a good idea. But everything else about that is just, I hate it. Like, the side platforming thing just sucks. It just sucks. Moving around from place to place is super clunky. The gravity, sure, it's accurate, but it feels incredibly heavy. And that's also because they don't want you floating in midair all around, because you have to be killing things. You have to be on the ground as much as possible, shooting things, killing things, making sure that everything dies so that you don't get caught in the bullet hell that is inescapable. Because your ability to move between locations is incredibly important and also incredibly limited. The best example is the Bullets opening stage. The fact that it doesn't have a bottom floor is absolutely 100% frustrating and made that Meowitzer fight just so brutally obnoxious that I almost stopped playing right then and there. It's just like, you built a shitty stage and are making me fight on it. Like, I don't even want to know what fucking Buffalo would be like on that stage. I wonder if they even allow him to spawn on that stage, because he would just run back and forth across on the top and there'd be nothing you could do but sit on one side and go nuts. Now, it is nice that you can dodge and jump through enemies, but it doesn't feel like a very good plan in a lot of cases. Maybe it's just that my inclination is, oh yeah, if I roll into them, I'm going to take contact damage. But that's not true. At least I don't think it's true. I jumped through the Ammoconda, or whatever it was. It's not the Ammoconda anymore, but it's the Ammoconda. Like that, I don't know. That soured the game to me really fast. Like, there was a moment on this episode, in this run, where like there was an enemy just over an edge and I couldn't shoot them, so I jumped up onto the edge and was just immediately shot in the face. Was there another way to go around doing that? Sure, maybe there was. But I couldn't jump, peek, shoot, jump, peek, shoot, jump, peek, shoot, which is fair. It'd be really strong if I could do that, but at the same time, maybe there's a mechanic that allows for that. Like, if you want to, you can shoot in the air, but it makes you vulnerable. That would be amazing. I would do that. It would actually add a bunch of skill. Like, when can you eke out damage? You know, fire a bullet when you're jumping, but in between the rings of bullets. Like, there's some interesting mechanic there. I don't know how much it would be very difficult. I don't know how well it would work. I don't know if you're, you know, vulnerable for that split second you're firing the bullet, or if there's like a fade in, fade out kind of thing. It feels like there's more that could be there that would be more fun and involve a little bit more skill. But really, in the long run, the side view it feels very painful. It feels very claustrophobic, which in a bullet hell is sometimes a positive, but other times it's just a negative. Like, I think there were a lot of cool ideas that they implemented with the stages, like the moving them back and forth and like hazards. Like, there were a lot of interesting things designed into that path, and I liked them, but they were still all framed by a mechanic, by a system that was shitty. It's like looking at a very, very beautiful piece of art, but the frame is made of shit. Like, at a certain point, the art doesn't matter how good the art is, it's framed in shit and it smells bad. That's like a very strong metaphor, but there's not much that you could frame a painting with that would truly detract from it. Severed human arms, like, I don't know, at some point maybe, I don't know. The point is, I think there are a lot of really good ideas in this game. I think that they captured the feeling of Enter the Gungeon pretty well. They captured the art style very well. This is an entirely different company, unless I'm mistaken. If it's the same company, then they reproduced their stuff, you know, exactly like I expected them to. And the new extra stuff that they added in fits really well. If it's a completely new company, which I think that's the case, they did an amazing job paying homage to Enter the Gungeon. I will not fault them that. I just think that the fundamental design of the game that they come up with is not one that I like, which is unfortunate. I think the only true things that I can fault them as like a mechanics thing is the combo. Like, from a mechanics standpoint, the combo is the only thing that I think is truly flawed. And I think the whole like armament mode, I think I can actually make that. Instead of blessed mode, like, it feels like it was tacked on and something they went, yeah, we should allow them to do this, but we don't. Yeah, I don't know. I was really expecting it to just be, here you have guns, you pick up guns, like, maybe if your combo's up, you're more likely to find good guns at the shop or something. Like, that's where I was in my head, what I expected when I clicked that button. And of course, not at all what it actually was. So I guess it's those two things. I think the fact that armament mode feels like a cop-out, and that the combo thing is just completely untenable. I don't know if I can really point at them and say your side scroll or whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, your 2D from the side, not top-down scroller has flaws. I mean, I think that's true, but that is also, I think, a preference thing. So I definitely have some preference issues, but I think there are a couple mechanics issues here as well. This is, I mean, you already know from the title, I'm tacking finale on this, and also I've been rambling about it for at least 20 minutes. This is why I was okay with dying, because I knew I'd be talking about it for a while. But here's what I'm going to say. If you want truly engaging roguelike with a whole bunch of flavor, a whole bunch of character, that you could spend hundreds of hours playing, buy Enter the Gungeon. If you are looking for something that is a little bit faster, a little bit less intense overall, but still has a lot of action and excitement, Exit the Gungeon will work for you, I think. I think there's some things they could improve, but I think that it's still a good game. I have issues with it that I think the average person or the average gamer would not. And I think that comes mostly out of, I would like to believe, out of a place of love, because I wanted this to be an absolutely amazing game. I'm glad that I gave it a chance over just looking at other people play it and go, I don't think I'll like this. I'm glad I gave it that chance, but I think in the end, if I play this game, it will be in passing, quickly. You know, maybe I'll play it on stream here and there now and again, but I'm not going to be dedicating more time in a YouTube series to it because there are other things that I think I would rather play and want to try out. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed this series. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope I will see you next time in whatever game fills this slot. If I'm correct, Happy Thanksgiving? I actually don't know when this one... Is this one coming out? I think this is Thursday. Oh gosh, that kills the sound. I think this is going to be a Thursday. Yeah, this is Thanksgiving. Okay, anyway. Yeah, Happy Thanksgiving. I'm glad you spent some of your time doing this. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, happy, you know, not Thanksgiving. It's whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. And until then, keep your gears turning.